I know you have some stocks that you're probably very interested in and would love to start applying some of these things we're going to learn right away. So I'm going to give you kind of a practice activity or something that you can learn and use that you could look at your own stocks right now. So we're going to learn a real quick lesson, and I'm going to show you how to find it on the in the real world, on the internet and all that, so you can look up a stock and how you would apply this indicator or this concept. And the concept we're going to use is an easy one to get started with. It's called the moving average crossover indicator, or moving average crossover rule. And what it is you have your prices on a chart here. We have a red for down days and blue or green or black or whatever for up days. And you can see where the prices are kind of going up and down. And through them is this orange line. That's our moving average. And a moving average is just simply an average of the prices going back over a period of time. It could be 5 days, it could be 10 days, it could be 200 days, it could be minutes or hours. Either way, it's looking at the average of the prices going back over time. And simply how the indicator would work is if the price goes below the moving average, that's a sell signal. And if it goes above the moving average, that's a buy signal. And you can see where we have different sell and buy signals here on this particular chart. And you also might notice in the middle there's a lot of frequent kind of buy and sell signals. That's called whipsaws. And we have a whole section on that, how to filter those out and how to deal with those, because they can get very frustrating. As you can see where we have a lot of buy and sell all happening at the same time. We're looking for more, maybe a little bit more established trends. So we'll talk about whipsaws and a whole bunch of lessons around moving averages and the different types of moving averages. But now that you understand this concept, let's look at a couple of websites as far as how to look up a stock and how you can apply it to maybe your favorite stock. Okay, we're over here at finance at yahoo.com. I'm going to show you a couple other screeners here as well, on ways to look up stocks. But I'm going to simply show you how you can look it up and how you can apply that moving average. So let's say we're finance at yahoo.com, and let's say we're interested in Johnson & Johnson, a big vaccine, drug maker. And you can type in the full name there as you see, or you could just put in the ticker symbol if you already know that. And you can see it'll come up on these different exchanges, and we're going to choose this one here. And we will look up Johnson & Johnson, right? So it's going to give our pricing and everything. And what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly go on down to chart here. So we'll start chart, all sorts of information there. But we're going to go to a full screen on the chart, because that's going to give us some more things. Here you can see a whole long history of Johnson & Johnson. There's all different things you can change it from looking like a candle to a line, all sorts of stuff we're going to learn about, by the way. So don't worry about that yet. And the different intervals. This is like a week interval, but it could be, let's say, like a day interval, for example, right? So you got your different prices here. So we want to apply this moving average indicator here. And over on Yahoo Finance, and I'll show you in a couple other ones too, you just go to indicators. And they actually have this one right at the top here because it's a very popular one. We're going to learn about all sorts of other ones like Bollinger Bands, RSI, MACD, all that. So we're just going to choose moving average, right? Just simply, and you can choose the period, 50 days, let's say, or you could change it to, let's say we're going to look at 20 days, just to have a simple thing. Looks like it'll be a little purple. We'll click it. And you can see we've got our 20-day moving average, and you can see whether it's crossing above and below the line there. And as we see, we're on a long kind of uptrend here with these guys. It hasn't gone below the line for a while until we get right here where it went below the line. So this would be like a sell signal in here. So that would be our sell signal on that one. If we go back in time, you can see there's a sell signal here, then it goes underneath and it goes down and it goes above. So that's a buy signal. Sell signal above the line, nice jump up there. That's a buy signal. You can see how it goes above and below the line. So that's using in Yahoo Finance, a real common way to look up a stock. Real simple, real easy to use. Now, a more powerful thing for us that we're going to use actually quite a bit in some of the demonstrations later at the end is called TradingView. So let's go here to tradingview.com. It's going to have a lot more information. It's going to seem a little more complex. So if you get a little overwhelmed by this one, don't be yet. You're going to learn all about different ways you can do this. But let's look up a stock here. Let's say we're interested in, let's try a different one. Let's say Unilever, all right? So let's say we're in Unilever. And this one you can see there's a whole bunch of information and a lot of stock exchanges it's listed on. Here's Hindustan Unilever on the NSE over in India here. And we got New York. And let's say we're looking for, United Kingdom. Here we are. Right? This is where they're based out of. So this also put into the currency that's there. That should be in British pounds. You can see Unilever, oh boy, they're down 6% today. So whatever's going on with them, something interesting is going on. Interesting to see what our moving average looks like. And then from here, you'll see that there's a chart there, but it's a real basic chart. You want to go to something that looks like, and again, you'll look wherever it'll say tick at the top. Your screen might look a little different than mine at this point because I'm a registered user, where you can use TradingView for free with ads. So I'm going to go down to full featured chart, and you want to find that. And then you'll find this chart here, and it gives you a lot of different things you can do. We're just going to do this one thing with the moving average. So we're going to go over to here where it kind of says indicators and strategies. See how that's got that formula sign there? I'm going to click on that. I can type in, I'm interested in moving average. And this is our simple regular moving average. We're going to learn about exponential moving averages, weighted moving averages, all sorts of stuff. But let's keep it simple. So you can do this with your own stock. And I'm going to click moving average. And you can see now I have my line on here. And if we go back here a little bit in time, you can see where it's gone above the line. So that was a buy signal, but then came back down. Here's a little whipsaw. See this whipsaw here where it's above and below the line? But then we have a nice jump up here. This is actually called a gap. We have a whole big section on gaps. Gaps can be trading opportunities. Sometimes not, but sometimes they can be. Here's a gap, what's called a gap up, went above the price line. So that's a strong, both of those are strong buy indicators, by the way. So as you can see, it stayed up there for a while, peaked up here, went below the line, and now we have a sell signal, right? Buy, sell. And so here we are in the current day, and it went sell signal here, and then it started approach, and maybe we were watching it. This is the day before. It said, "Ooh, I wonder if it'll get above that line. That'd be a nice sell, nice buy signal." Maybe we've got a nice uptrend forming here. You know, we'll learn how to draw these trend lines, and you could say, "Ooh, maybe this is coming. This is good. I'm going to watch for it to go above this line. This might be an opportunity." Be watching it, and then all of a sudden, it looks like here with this E here, that's an earnings announcement. So that means they must have had something in their earnings announcement, because all of a sudden, boom, what happened? Big, long red candle, went way down. And so right now it's trading down about, what do we say, about 6.2% for the day. So too bad, our thing didn't work out. But that's the idea of how you can start reading these things. And I want to show you all this too. So don't worry about understanding it too much right now. Just right now, use your favorite stock, above the line, buy, below the line, sell. For my friends in India here, I have a lot of students from India. There's screener.in. That's also a real popular screener for specifically for India stocks. So let's put in an India stock. Let's say we're going to go Tata. If you drive around in India, you'll see Tata Motors, Tata cars. And when you get here, you can see some basic information around Tata. You scroll on down to your chart here, and you can see we've got it's basically got our prices in a line type chart. See how this line is actually the prices here, you know, as far as the chart itself. And we refresh that. So you can have prices like either like candles or like a line. But they give you a default of where you have a 50-day moving average, DMA day moving average, or 200-day moving average. So if I click 50, this would now put a little orange over here. See how it's now got an orange line here, and it's crossing below the line here, approaches, goes above the line, a little whipsaw here, and then stays below. So that's the 50-day moving average. If you did a 200-day moving average, you can see we have a new line here, this blue line. It's a longer time period, and you can see where it goes above and below the line there as well. So as you can see, not as much choices here. You only got these two, where with something like, let's say, the TradingView, you can actually input all sorts of specific days, times, hours. It's much more powerful. But in terms of like just, you know, once again, doing something fun for what you're used to, use Yahoo, use this one, use whatever you're used to using, and then put those moving averages on there and look for those times when it goes above and below the line. Again, goes below the line, sell, is a sell indicator, goes above the line is a buy indicator. Now, use your favorite stock and put that in and see what you find here.